Good morning, everyone. Today we will talk about the ESS in the part of the rice paddy. The rice paddy here occur at the centers of the country. Okay, it is flat land. Okay, and after that here in this land here contain the good soil, the very fertile soil. We have a river just like the Chao Phraya River take the water here from the river into the farmland. So this way here we have many different type of the organism living together, just like we have the crab, the shell, the frog, the rat here, and after that here we have the snake. Okay, all these organisms here represent prey and predators relationship or the predation. The red arrow here represent the energy flow from the one organism to another organisms. For example, here this group of the relationship between the shell and the crab means that the energy flow from the shell here to the crab. So it means that the crab he eat the shell. The next one, it is the freshwater ecosystem. Freshwater ecosystem here separate into two different zones by the depth. The first layer here, the sunlight here can pass through the water level, so-called the photic zone, means the zone that have the light shine through. And after that here, we have the second layer. The layer that the light here, sunlight cannot pass through. This one here so-called a photic zone. Okay, photic zone and a photic zone is a physical layer depend on the light. And we also have another physical characteristic of the water that we may mention, just like the pH that represent the acidities of the water or even the turbidities of the water. The speed of the water also affect the characteristics of the freshwater ecosystem. The speed of water here can destroy the riverbank and scurrying down of the bank, so-called erosion. The more speed of the water, the more erosion occur. And the slower speed of the water, we have less erosion occur. The mangrove. Okay, mangrove occur along the coastal zone. It is mixing zone that occur between the soils and the water. The characters of a soil here we call anaxic, means low oxygen in the soil. And the characters of a soil is very muddy. So the plant here need to develop the aerial root. The aerial root here help to take the oxygen, okay, from the air into the ground through the root. And the leaf here we have a special properties to get rid of the salt and retain the water inside the stem. This type of the mangrove forest here have economic values because we can cut down the stem and use it for burning and produce a charcoal. The charcoal is very important for barbecuing, just like หมูกระทะ like this. Okay, the root system of the mangrove forest here very important for the nursery of the small crab like this. Okay, and it helps to accumulate the sediment, okay, and protecting the shoreline. Okay, seagrass bed and coral reef. Okay, for the coastal zone here, we have sunlight here shine to this area. So the some plant here can develop and growing under the water layer because the depth of the water here is not too deep. This plant here we call the seagrass. Okay. In this area here we also have another factor relating to the growth of the seagrass due to the current, water salinities, water temperatures. The seagrass here can grow up, and after that here we have a big mammal to eat this group of the plant, so-called the manatee. Okay. But we also have another type of ecosystem. This one here we have the animals living together with the algae. and produce the colors inside the cells we call the coral. Inside the cells of the coral, we also have the algae here, we call the zooxanthellae, okay, living in the cells of the coral. This one he used for absorbing the carbon dioxide inside the cells and produce the oxygen. Okay. And here we have the fish, just like the clownfish and even the angelfish or the sea anemone living together to form the coral reef ecosystem. So all you learn here, it can develop into the relationship just like this pattern. We can write it in a simpler pattern by using a word and link them together here with the arrow. Just like here, I try to separate the component within the group of the plant and group of the animals, linked to the other abiotic factor just like the light, water, mineral, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. And a plant here relates to the light here through the photosynthesis, but the animal use the light for sight or seeing. The plant use the water for growth the same way for the animal that need the water for drinking. The mineral important to both of plant and animal in terms of growth and development. The oxygen also important to the plant and animal through the respiration process. And then here we have the carbon dioxide, important to plant here in terms of the photosynthesis to produce the sugar. But the carbon dioxide will be the waste product for the animal. And this one is practicing. So I will ask the student here to draw some line, about 4 to 5 line to link between each component. And after that here, write down the description of the component here. For example, the rice and the rat here relate together through the eating process, or even the manatee here can eat the seagrass. Then here I will ask you to write some specific relationship of the animal within the biotic and abiotic factor. For example, we have a crab, and here write the arrow here to link between the sediment, okay, and the crab here can eat the sediment as a food. So the mangrove tree represent biotic factor. The crab here can live in the area with the mangrove tree. Okay, so you can have the other example to write just like the coral, the shoot of the picky bamboo, and the rat. So this is the end of the first chapter. So we continue to the next chapter, chapter 2. The chapter 2 here talking about the relationship in the earth systems. Okay. For the introduction here, the ecological study here require the quantitative exploration. The word quantitative exploration is so-called the measurement by using the number. Okay, we can use this concept here in both of biotic and even abiotic factor. Just like the temperature here, we need to measure it, but do not use the term hot and cold, but we will measure it in the term degrees Celsius, by the unit degrees Celsius. And the length here, it is not long or short, but we measure it in the unit of the centimeter or meter. Weight here, we need to make it not too big or not too small, but we use the word represented by the unit of gram and kilogram. We can use this type of the measurement here in the 4 layers in Earth system, that is atmosphere, the layers of the air, hydrosphere, and the layers of the water, lithosphere as the layers of rock and soil. The first 3 layers here belong to the part of biotic factor. And then here we have the biotic factor. This one here relate to the biotic. The biosphere is layers of the living thing that relate to biotic factor. For example, in this diagram represent the countryside of the rural zone. So we have the sky around here, the open area. We have the big tree. We have the grass that grow very near to the water. We have the cattle. Okay, and we have the algae that grow inside the pond, even the water lily. Okay, we have a concrete used for making the pond, like this. The tree represent the biosphere, the same way to the algae that live in the water lily and the cattle. The concrete here represents the lithosphere, and the open air here represents the atmosphere. So this is how the four layers in the ESS are working together. And this diagram here shows you the relationship of the organism. You can draw the line to link the relationship between them. For example, the air as an atmosphere, and this is the ego. So the ego here need the oxygen here for breathing. And the ego here need to drink the water. The big fish here and the deer, they have to compete for the water. The deer here need to drink the water, and the fish here live inside the water. You may need to draw another 3 or 4 relationship, okay, into the paper. The activity 3 here talking about the survey and the natural, observing natural habitat. So this one here we need to work together at the school. So now here we can skip it.